All right, all right. You're listening to Idle Chatter with Average Jeff. All right, welcome to Idle Chatter with Average Jeff, a podcast about a little bit about everything and a lot about nothing sometimes. This is the second one we recorded. I'm your host, Average Jeff, once again, and my co-host, T, normally here, but she's away on an assignment. It's very important. We can't wait to have her back. But right now, I'm live in the studio somewhere in central Illinois with a very, very special guest. Her name is Lee. Say hi, Lee. Say hi to everybody.
Hello, I'm Lee, and I'm into many fandoms, including Harry Potter and superheroes, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, and you're how old again? I won't stress this.
I'm 10.
Very intelligent for 10, Lee. Yes, you are.
Thank you.
So what kind of fandoms are you into?
I like things like Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts, and superheroes, and stuff like that.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. What's your favorite fandom or genre? I mean, what's your favorite?
Definitely Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
Yes.
Seen all the movies?
Yes, and I've read the books.
Okay, I was going to ask you, too. You're not just one of those, I've just seen the movies and you've read the books. You know the whole universe.
Yes.
Okay, here's a big question. Between books and the movies, which do you like better?
Definitely the books. They have more details in them, and it makes you be able to imagine all the magic more, and it's a lot better than the movies.
How do the movies, though? I'm going to totally, you're going to roll your eyes at me for saying this. I've never seen a Harry Potter movie. I know. She did. Everybody out listening, she's rolling her eyes. She's ready to throw the headphones off and storm out the door. No, I've never seen one. Not because any other reason than I don't know. If you know me, I don't watch popular mainstream movies. I watch horrible movies like, I won't even say this is a horrible movie now because it starred the late, great Rutger Hauer. Probably mispronouncing that, but it's early in the morning. I'm just waking up. Who starred in Hobo with a Shotgun. Have you ever seen Hobo with a Shotgun, Marley?
No.
Lee? Sorry. Can't even get your name right. Lee, have you ever seen Hobo with a Shotgun?
No, I have not.
Yeah, to me it's our generation's or my generation's The Godfather, I'd say. But yeah, but it's like down here on the scale of movies as far as like, you know, it's what they would call a B movie, if you're familiar with that. And then you've got your big budget, great Harry Potter, Hobo with a Shotgun.
That's funny.
Great film, yeah.
Is it about someone on the side of the street that just like steals a shotgun and is like, I'm cool now?
He's a hobo, obviously, and he's actually a hero, maybe an anti-hero. He goes into this town and he's just he wants to beg enough and get enough money that he can buy a lawnmower from a pawn shop. That's ultimately his goal. He thinks he'll start his own lawnmower.
Food?
Well, yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
No.
Guess you can just go to garbage cans, get free food.
I think he does in the movie. I think he does, or but he wants to save enough money to buy the lawnmower. That's like his dream. So he wants to buy this lawnmower and start his own lawn mowing business.
I guess then he could get more money to get bigger things.
Yeah. In the midst of it, there's all this crime going on, and there's a big gang running to town. And when he goes in to buy his lawnmower, he ends up getting a shotgun and becoming a hero, believe it or not, by shooting bad guys. It's a great movie.
So if I just get a shotgun, I can be a superhero. That's not true.
That's that's the lesson. Nah, we shouldn't say that. There's too many bad things going on in the world of movies. If you're Rutger Hauer, yes, you can do that. If you're a 10-year-old to an 18-year-old or anybody, please stop taking guns into places and shooting up people. I promise
I've never taken a gun. Don't worry.
Good deal. Yeah. Don't do it. Yeah.
I had to shoot one, though, so that's good.
Good for you. What have you shot?
I haven't really shot. You taught me how to shoot a gun.
I did. Now you're going to get DCFS called on us, and they're going to be questioning us right off the bat. I'm talking about inappropriate movies to a 10-year-old, and you're talking about how I taught you how to shoot a gun.
Just for safety.
Yeah. Yes.
I've never shot an actual gun. I don't have a gun. I have a BB gun.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have Nerf guns.
Okay.
And I have water guns.
Water guns, yeah.
Take out a bad guy with that, and you're good to go.
You could. You very well could. You could. All right, so once again, we're here. It's Idle Chatter with Average Jeff, and I'm sitting here with my 10-year-old co-host, Lee. Lee's into many fandoms, as we know. We've already established the fact that I watch crappy movies, but she watches really good movies. And Harry Potter's your favorite?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Before we get into why we're here today, though, I would like to, just do a little shameless plugs. Idle Chatter, you can follow us on Twitter at Idle Chat Podcast. I also have a Facebook page. It's Idle Chatter with Average Jeff. That's once again at Facebook. You can follow us, Idle Chatter with Average Jeff. We'll have updates on podcasts and stuff. Maybe down the road we'll do some special things. Also, I have a website. The website is called averagejeff.net. I write a lot of different blogs. The website is up and running. I want to tell you something, Lee. My first episode when I was doing this, I knew nothing about website, Twitter, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm advertising Twitter, and I'm going, Idle Chat Podcast, and I'm saying, you got to say capital I, lower D, L, E, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know. It was not case sensitive. I didn't know I didn't need to say that.
Wow.
I made a total fool of myself. I do that
like
a lot.
My life.
It sounds like your life?
Yeah.
I don't say that. You got a lot ahead of you and stuff. You got a lot of time to screw things up if you really, really want to, but I don't think you will. You're a pretty smart kid. So anyway, today's episode, we thought we would have a great debate. And, amongst the most popular debates you could have nowadays, we could be talking politics. We could be talking about who's going to win the 2020 election. We could be talking about the great debates as far as like, what's a better sandwich, cheese toasty or a grilled cheese sandwich? And we will get into that at some point. I promise you that I am
same thing,
passionate. No, they're
cheese
not.
Toasty and a grilled cheese?
No.
Oh.
They're not. They are. It's just what you call it. What do you call it?
I don't know. My family calls it different things. Like my grandma calls it a cheese toasty.
Yeah.
And then I call it just a grilled cheese. Because I think cheese toasty sounds baby.
Oh. Okay. So one strike against you so far. But no, what is our debate going to be about today? I'll let you say.
The one and only Superman versus Batman.
Superman versus Batman. Yeah. And how did you prepare? How did you prepare for this debate?
Well, I have been watching the Supergirl show, and I got some stuff from that. And also, I did a little bit of research. And
a little bit of research. For those who can't see this, which is everybody, all the thousands and thousands of viewers, she looks like a ton of notes. And you know what I did to prepare?
What?
I stayed up last night, and I drank whiskey, and I watched Batman versus Superman, and then I watched
That movie's
Man of Steel.
so long. We watched that in the theater. It was like 5 hours.
And it wasn't all that great.
No, it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
Not as good as some of the rest of them.
The fights were good, but like how they got Batman and Superman to finally come together and fight, it was that was just, to me, it was a little bit weak.
Like I could take a nap and I wouldn't have missed anything.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Yeah.
So, what did you think about Man of Steel? Did you see that one?
I don't think I've seen that one.
That one to me was a better film.
Mm.
I watched it again last night.
Yeah.
That one was better.
The Supergirl show was very good, and then after watching that, she's my favorite superhero probably.
Now you're talking Supergirl on
Netflix.
I forget. Okay.
Yeah. And she's actually in the show. It proves she's better than Superman.
Really?
They're cousins because they did a fight because Superman turned evil after being released to, I think it was the Red Sun or something. And he turned evil, so they fought, and Supergirl won.
Supergirl beat Superman.
Yeah.
Superman or an evil Superman?
Well, it's still the same Superman with the same powers, same strength.
He turned evil.
He thought that Supergirl was an evil villain because of the thing this girl did to him. An evil one. So, yeah.
So, Supergirl defeated Superman in this universe, in this show.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to make note of that. That's awesome. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I know.
Supergirl's awesome.
I watched The Flash. That's so far the one, because I know you're talking about Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
And then have you seen any of the crossover ones where Supergirl will be in the show with The Flash, or The Flash will be in there, or
I haven't
Arrow?
seen Flash or the Arrow or anything. But in Supergirl, on one episode, Flash does come because he jumped. He was going so fast, he jumped a planet or something like that. There's different Earths, I guess he was talking about.
Yeah. The Flash gets really complicated.
Yeah.
It's a good show, though.
Yeah. I'm going to watch it after this one.
Okay. Yeah. Highly recommend it. And I'll tell you what, I'll try to watch Supergirl.
Ooh, another fandom I forgot about that I really like is Stranger Things. Yeah, we watched that together.
We did. You and me have watched season 1. I know that, correct?
I watched half of season 2 on my own.
You did?
Yeah.
How are you liking it?
It's really good.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a lot of shows people just jump on bandwagons, and of course this show, it seems like it's kind of, they're pushing the merchandise. You can buy a Stranger Things anything.
Yeah.
T-shirt, socks.
I bought a Stranger Things t-shirt for school.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure at some point you'll be able to buy Stranger Things bath salts, Stranger Things.
I bet it already exists.
It probably does. Yeah.
It's really popular because of this season 3.
Don't say anything about season 3.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry. It
No.
doesn't exist,
That's fine.
guys.
It's what?
It doesn't exist.
No, it exists. We can say it exists. We just don't say season 3 was awesome because 11 turns 12 and
11 turns 12.
11 turns 12. Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to spoil it. I've seen one episode of it.
Of season 3.
It's really cool. Yeah, but I'm not saying what it's about, but I'll tell you later.
Well, why did you see? Let me ask you this: how did you get to you were halfway through season 2, but you're like, I gotta see season 3 now.
Actually, I didn't even mean to. I was watching it, and for some reason, my Netflix account switched, and it went to one of the episodes of season 3. I didn't even realize it, and then I looked, and I was like, I don't want to watch season 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know how I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
It was.
That's okay. So you know a few things you didn't want to know.
Yeah, but it was still pretty cool and interesting, and I guess it wasn't a lead-up thing that's been leading up. It didn't really spoil, I guess, if you think about it.
You didn't learn the big spoiler for the end of the season or
No.
something, and then your life's ruined because
no.
of that. Okay.
No.
So let's get back to this. So today you and I are going to debate Superman versus Batman, and like I said, you're prepared with a bunch of notes, and I stayed up and watched 2 movies and working with a hangover. So, last night as I'm sitting there and I'm like, this may be the meanest thing, but I was like, I'm going to crush her. I'm going to crush her soul. I'm going to make her cry.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, well,
I've been hit in the face with a basketball playing point guard and I didn't cry. So
yeah, and I thought I would hit you in the face with my vast knowledge and superiority of Batman. And that's right. I picked Batman. I think Batman would win in a battle. And you're shaking your head and rolling your eyes. You're going Superman. But see, you're also taking the safe bet, too. So.
Yeah, it's safe because he's obviously going to win.
I don't know. That's what we're going to find out.
Okay.
That's why we're here.
So, yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's get into it.
Been waiting for.
I'll get a little bit of background. I actually did a little bit of research just to lead us off. Not that anybody listening, I seriously don't think anybody at this point is going to go, wait, who's Batman? I think Batman and Superman, probably the top 2.
Even if you haven't seen any movies, they're pretty popular.
Yeah, if you just walk to somebody that's never seen any of the, say, Marvel's a different universe, but DC. If you just say, hey, anybody that's never seen movies, read comic books, and blah, 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 and say, hey, name 5 superheroes, I guarantee that Superman and Batman will be on that list. Around the world. I really think so. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I have one question before this starts. So what is your favorite superhero out of any, DC or Marvel? I guess I said one. You have to pick now. It's hard.
Wait, who was yours then?
Mine was Supergirl.
Supergirl's your favorite?
Yeah.
Out of everything?
Yeah. I really like Spider-Man and Black Panther, but my favorite is Supergirl.
Wow. And so you're asking me that?
Yeah.
You're interviewing me?
Yeah.
And now I'm on the spot. My favorite superhero overall, gosh, I don't know, because it's either Batman or Punisher.
Is Punisher even a superhero, really?
He doesn't really have superpowers, per se.
Well, neither does Batman, so...
Well, yeah, that's true. But he's still a superhero in the context of what we're talking about.
Yeah, I guess so. Like Deadpool, he's kind of superhero, and then he's kind of not.
So, yeah, but Deadpool kind of does have powers because of everything that happened to him. Not only that, but you can't kill him. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I haven't seen the movies, but I've heard of it. I think I saw Once Upon a Deadpool.
Yeah. That was the PG-13.
Yeah.
They took part 2 of Deadpool and they made it a little bit more.
Yeah, where his like wife dies and then he like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you in the first one they get into it a little bit more, you know, he went to this.
I can't watch it yet.
Yeah,
It's
you're still a
inappropriate.
little young. Very
Yeah.
inappropriate. That's a big word for a little girl. Say it again.
Sophisticated.
That you are sophisticated. Dang. I'm going to get my ass.
Superfragicalistic expialidocious. They made us spell that at school.
Really?
Yeah, we were doing a Mary Poppins thing, and we had to spell it and write on a paper. And if we spelled it wrong, we lost a point. I think it was really stupid. Who can spell that? But I got it right.
Good
so
deal.
Good. Yeah.
How many kids got it wrong?
Oh, like half the class. Probably more than that. It was
imagine.
hard. I don't know how I got it. I like went super. Yeah, I can't even say it right. But yeah,
So
I was in the spelling bee, so that's.
How'd you do in the spelling bee?
I got to the second round, but we were against high schoolers too.
Wow.
It was fourth graders. Well, now I'm in fifth grade, but it was fourth graders up to high school to a senior.
And you got pretty far. Did you place trophy,
there
t-shirt,
was,
ribbon? There
was 4 rounds, and I got to the second, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, I mean, I didn't have... No fourth grader made it. No one above middle school made it. It was really hard.
Wow.
Yeah, they gave us horror. Like, I got out on one word that was, like... It was supposed to be IE or EI. I don't remember, but it was really confusing.
Yeah. I feel like you're telling me these things because you're trying to, like, get me off my game.
Yeah, you better be scared of me.
I think that's what you're doing. I think you're just, like, nonchalantly throwing in stuff like, yeah, I'm an accomplished spelling bee person. So, and then I'm sitting here going, oh, crap.
You better be scared.
I better be scared. So, yeah. So, back to your question, I think probably the Punisher or Batman. I don't know. Yeah. Okay, so before we start our great debate, and I think you can kind of tell, Lee here is picking Superman to debate as the greatest of all time.
Yes.
Greatest of all time popularity, but also who would win in a fight. I think that's what we really
we're mostly doing like who would win in a fight because popularity, they're both really popular.
I'd say Superman's more popular.
Yeah.
I'd say worldwide
he's like
Superman's
the OG superhero.
I don't know what OG means, but
original.
Okay. I'm not up to these young kid street cred.
I listened to a podcast, and this is what they say and stuff.
OG.
Yeah.
It's the OG.
Yeah, it's OG.
Okay. Wow, I did not know that. So let me give a little background history. Superman and Batman. Superman was created by writer Jerry Siegel. I don't know if I'm pronouncing any of this right. And artist Joe Shuster. And he first appeared in Action Comics #1, April 18th in 1938. His weaknesses include exposure to kryptonite, and here's one, I don't know if you knew this or not, Lee, magic.
I knew that. I had that written down. I Googled it.
You did? That's
Yeah.
awesome. So magically enhanced weapons and spells, they affect him like they do other humans. So, I don't want to throw that in there, but I guess you could really mess Superman up if you did a pretty intricate card trick. Mm-hmm. That'd just ruin his life.
I guess so.
Yeah. So.
What if it was that easy?
Yeah, exactly. Superman's going to, you're robbing a bank, and he's going to apprehend you and take you in, and you're like, pick a card, any card, Superman. And he's like, ah! All right, so Batman was created by artist Bob Kane and writer Bill Finger. And he first appeared...
Affleck, yo.
Yeah, and Batman first appeared in Detective Comics 27, 1939. Now, Batman has no inherent superpowers, but he has an inexhaustible wealth at his disposal.
Yeah, he's just a rich, snobby dude.
Well, now, hold on. He's not just a rich, snobby dude. He's probably, uber rich. He's one of the richest.
Right, let's not argue yet.
Okay,
I started it. Let's
Batman
go.
is also a proficient scientist and is often regarded as one of the world's greatest detectives. He is also one of the world's greatest martial artists.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's not that he can fight very well, and he's one of the best fighters in the world.
And
that's according to comic book
And
lore.
apparently he has a 9-pack.
He has a what?
A 9-pack.
Instead of a 6-pack, he has a 9-pack?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. In the Batman movie, he goes, I have a 9-pack.
I don't remember him saying that.
One of them it is. I don't remember which one. It might have been the Lego one. I don't know. I've seen tons of them.
Well, let's leave the Lego movies out of this.
Yeah, no, those are stupid.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, okay.
Because they're a little. I mean, they are good for younger kids who want to
Yeah.
watch superhero movies but don't want to have nightmares. I guess some kids might get scared of people punching each other.
That's so funny that you're having regard for younger kids and you're a younger kid.
Well.
But I know what you mean. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get dirty.
Yeah.
Gloves are off. We're doing this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for I've got one black, white glove. And Michael Jackson, isn't that it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So anyway, here we are. Lee and me. Batman versus Superman. Let's get into this. Let's pick a winner.
Ding, ding.
Now, no idea how debates go. So,
I do. I argue a lot.
okay. How do we do this? Do we flip a coin? Do we do rock, scissors, paper? Do I be the gentleman and let the young lady
Let's
go
just
first?
do rock, paper, scissors.
All right, rock, paper,
Okay.
scissors.
Rock,
Here,
paper.
yeah, and we're gonna go one, two, three.
Three.
Okay, you ready?
We did the same thing. Okay.
One,
One, two,
two.
three. Oh, you win.
I
You gotta
win.
Go first.
All right, so I get to go first.
Scissors beats paper.
Okay, so I guess my argument is that, or I'll throw some stuff out there about Batman. Now, the thing about talking about superheroes, I'm not very well versed in the comic books. I've read a few comic books, but I know that comic book enthusiasts, and by that I mean comic book, I don't want to call them Nazis, but the guys will be like, you got that wrong. He doesn't have $8 million at his disposal. He has 7 million and blah, 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 or
7 million billion jillion.
you know, and they'll know all the details that if I just, and so I'm going to take a generalized thing.
Okay.
Some of the information I've gathered from movies I've watched, some of it, what I know about comic books, or like you did. I went to Wikipedia too and Googled some
Yeah.
stuff. So Batman isn't just
No one
rich.
knows everything.
He's super rich. He has unlimited money according to comic book lore. Meaning his money's not going to run out. He can spend, if it costs a Batmobile $6 million to make, he can probably have 20 of them if he wanted. So he also.
Well, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was just going to. No, go ahead. Counterpoint. I'm fine.
going to argue with Superman. In his non-superhero form, he has an actual job, and he's a relatable man, and he's friendly. And Batman, in his non-superhero form, is a rich, snobby dude, and he's just really rude, and he's all like, "Get out of my way," and he's not very nice.
Some of that.
I wouldn't choose him as my idol.
Well, they make Bruce Wayne kind of like that, but some of that I think that's his disguise. You know, is he plays. Because there's always times like you've seen in the movies and stuff where he's like a playboy, you know.
He just wants to be cool because he has money and wants to brag. That's not a superhero. That's a super jerk.
I think he's
That's
a
what he
lot
does.
darker than that. I think he's haunted by the fact his parents were killed.
Yeah, that doesn't mean you got to be like that to everyone else.
Mm.
Superman's
Name an instance where-
Superman's family was murdered. His whole planet was murdered.
Well, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
except for his cousin Supergirl. But
Okay, but let's argue this, or let's figure this out. Name an instance, because you're saying Bruce Wayne is a jerk.
yeah,
Specifically, why do you say that?
I specifically say that because, like, when in the movies, whenever he's all like he's super secretive and dark, which I understand that because he's gotta be secretive if he's a superhero. He doesn't want no one to know.
Yeah.
But he does it in a like he's really mean about it, and he doesn't like anyone. If a Girl Scout showed up on his porch and is like, "Here, will you buy me cookies?" He'd be like, "Go away, child," and scare her away or something. That's not cool.
You think Bruce Wayne would do that?
Yeah, he's really.
So he's very
kinda mean.
guarded, and he's not a very friendly person.
Yeah, no, he's really
Yeah.
rude.
Yeah, he thinks everybody is. He sees the dark side of people.
Yeah, even like a little Girl Scout girl.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be the Joker in disguise, bro. I mean,
It could be.
it could, but I guess so. But I'm just saying.
Yeah. I think maybe that stems from the fact that, you know, he saw his mom and dad being murdered. He was still a child. That left a bigger impression on him. Superman
Was still a child. He
was an
wasn't-
infant. He didn't even know. Superman didn't even know his parents and stuff when all that happened. Now later, I'm sure there was flashbacks and holograms
There
and
was
stuff.
Supergirl who knew.
Well,
and
there was Supergirl who
basically,
knew.
he was little, and Supergirl's cousin, they went off in the plane together and watched their family perish, or they watched their whole planet die, and he just watched it happen. He had to watch his planet explode, and he got stuck in this time thing. And when he came out, he came back out as Earth. He was this big, strong man, and he acts like his problems are all fixed. But really, I bet inside he's a gooey mess. But he's friendly enough to hide that. And Superman and Batman is probably falling apart inside, but so is Superman. It's just Superman is better at hiding it than Batman.
So Superman deals with his turmoil and his pain and everything better.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a good point. Superman represents more of the good of humanity, where Batman's like, he thinks everybody has a potential to be evil, and he needs to stop that in his own little way. And I know I'm saying this the wrong way and stuff, but no, that's a pretty good point. So we'll see if later on that, helps win a fight or not. But okay, so let's do this. I said he has unlimited wealth. Now let's go to, like I said, what I read about him is not only does he have great detective skills and crime-solving skills, he is often referred to as one of the world's greatest detectives. So I don't know how many people are in the world, but he's one of the top ones as far as solving crime, And then you add the fact that, or maybe because of it, the unlimited wealth, he can have all these computers in his bat cave. He can have all these tools at his disposal.
Superman works he works toward his goals.
Works towards his goals.
He works towards getting money, and Batman didn't his parents give him that money or something like that?
He inherited it.
Yeah,
his family was super rich.
He didn't work for it. He got it. He's just like, we get money, yeah.
Oh, so he's like a hipster douchebag who just inherited all his money. He's like a Kardashian. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of. Yeah.
Did nothing for his fame. I hope you still hold Batman in higher regard than a Kardashian, but if you don't, I understand, I guess. But so you see, now she's looking up all these notes. I have one piece of paper.
I'm looking up who is Superman's real name because I forgot. It's Kal-El.
Kal-El?
Or Clark.
Okay.
Okay,
and
I
Clark
forgot.
Kent's his.
I just looked that up.
That's fine.
I just really want to know. I forgot.
Okay.
So you can call him
And
Kal-El or Carl.
We have to admit, Batman has lots of cool gadgets.
Yeah, but the thing is, Superman could break those with his pinky. Like, there's no point in the gadgets because they can be easily broken by Superman. So if it came to a fight, Superman, he went soft on him in the movies. But if he wanted, he could grab him by the throat and throw him to New England. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my opinion because he could do that probably.
Okay.
He's just really nice. He's a nice man again. And he knows he's not a real villain. Maybe if it was a real villain, he'd do it. But he's not a real villain, so he goes soft because he's friendly and he has a nice heart. Batman's he shows no mercy, even when it's not even a villain. Superman's not a villain. He's saving the world like him.
Yeah.
So I think that shows he has a kind heart.
That shows that Superman has a kind heart.
Yeah.
Could that be a weakness? Because if we go back to our original thing, we're talking about Batman versus Superman. So Batman's a jerk, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to fight dirty. He's going to use everything at his disposal.
Mm-hmm.
And Superman, you just said, might hold back. Right?
Yeah, because I guess so.
Yeah. Okay, so argue for a little bit on Superman. Why are you picking? I kind of know why you're picking Superman because he stands for, good
Truth,
and stuff.
justice, and the American
way.
way.
I knew you were going to say that.
His slogan.
Oh. I walked right into that one. Damn. All right.
What you got to say about that? What's Batman's slogan? Did you Google that?
I don't know that he has one other than I'm Batman.
I am Batman.
Yeah.
I am the darkness.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I have a thing. So a thing I was thinking of is Superman has actual powers. Batman doesn't have any powers.
Okay.
And Superman has only a few weaknesses, which is kryptonite and magic. Batman has many weaknesses, many fears. He's scared of bats, and he's so scared of them, he decided to make it his theme thing. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Heights.
Yeah. Because as a child, the mythology is he fell. I don't know if this was before or after his parents were murdered in front of him, and I think every time they change it. But yeah, he fell down into a cave on the property of Wayne Manor, and broken arm or a leg, and then there was bats down there, and instilled this fear. Which I mean, I would have been terrified if you're, however old he is. Yeah, so he's definitely afraid of bats.
Yeah, and if it came to a real bad situation, more than just a villain fighting him, if it came to a real bad situation and it came to like the city burning down or something like that, Batman would be no use to a real threat. And Superman could do both villain threats and natural causes threats. He could freeze it with his heat spit stuff. I don't know.
He has he can concentrate his breath to freeze it.
And
so he could blow out fire or something.
Yeah, and like if there more than just like bank robberies and stuff, if there was maybe a flood, he could probably use his powers to make something like let me think. He could find some way to stop it with his strength.
Yeah.
I think that's probably possible with how strong he is. And Batman, he just swing from roofs like Wait,
he's got a bat plane. He can fly around in that. I think they call it a bat wing.
What is he supposed to do? Jump out and fight it in the water? How does he do that?
That I don't know.
So he can't. So I won that battle, I think.
Yeah, you might have won that battle. But let's get to the big battle. If these two head to head, Batman versus Superman, and I want to bring up a point. Superman has these unlimited. He can fly, right? He has the X-ray vision, super strength, super hearing, all that. Do you know how Superman gets his powers?
No, I do not.
Okay. It's mainly regarded, and, this may be debatable, but in a lot of the comic books, and they even touch on it in the movies, he was born on Krypton. Krypton had a red sun. Earth has a yellow sun, and most of Superman's powers come from the yellow sun.
I knew that. I forgot about that, because he has no powers on the Krypton. No, the Supergirl didn't, so I'm assuming Superman doesn't.
Yeah.
And
so if you take Superman out of a solar system with the yellow sun, he's just a dude. So there's that. Yeah,
but what can Batman do still? Even
Batman
when
could build a rocket.
Superman is incredibly smart.
No. I think Superman's pretty gullible.
No.
Oh, yeah. I think he is.
He's not.
Yeah. They play him as a goody two-shoe. And okay, here's some comic book references. I'll throw you at that. If you've ever read, which you probably haven't read this, The Dark Knight Returns, Superman is just played to be this, he fights for, what'd you say, Chief? The
truth, justice, and the American way.
Yeah, but he's a Boy Scout. He's just like I'm Superman. I'll save the kitten in the tree, and everybody's good. And anyway, they kind of make him out to be this gullible person, and he does something stupid. He's supposed to be stopping a nuclear missile, and he ends up detonated in space. And Batman's sitting back, being like, "Why would you do that, Clark?" Because they do know each other. And then because of that, it blocks out the sun, and he starts to lose his powers. So Superman wouldn't think of that, whereas Batman is smart enough to know these things. But I also think that if it came down to it, Batman...
not smart. Sorry.
He's what? He's very smart.
Batman's not smart enough to know that, though, because he doesn't have the potential to do it. He can't fly up there. He's worried about Superman making the decision, being all mad. Oh. But really, if he had those powers, he might do the same thing. You can't say he's
true.
Smarter.
No, he's very smarter.
I know. Okay,
it's established
he's
smarter.
Smarter. I have one question that's making me think.
What's that?
So in Harry Potter, there's a thing called sorting, and there's each houses. Maybe I wonder what they would be. There's Hufflepuff, the trustworthy, loyal, kind, and very hardworking. Slytherin, ambitious. They always love family. Some in the Harry Potter universe, they call them evil, quote unquote evil. They're not really evil though. Some of them might be, but and then Gryffindor for the reckless and they're strong and bold, and Ravenclaw for the smart and witty. I'm in Ravenclaw. So what do you think Batman and Superman would be in?
I think you just confused me because I lost you at Harry Potter.
Okay.
And see, this is your warfare tactics, that you're going to... now I'm just confused. You got me off point with that Harry Potter trickery.
Okay, let's just get back to the thing.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that was mean.
I'm sorry.
My head almost exploded when you started with that, and I went, the what to the huh?
Wow.
Well played. I think you cheated, but well played.
I did not cheat.
I think that was cheating a little bit. So
It was?
yeah. No, I
Okay.
don't know.
I didn't even know
I'm just
you could
being a
cheat in
sore
this.
loser. Yeah, I don't know if you can do that or not. So
Yeah.
all right. Well, but my thing is, I think Superman is a little bit gullible, and I think that if he had to, Batman could almost be like, "Hey, let's go on this rocket ride. You know, I built this rocket. Let's go for a ride." And Superman would be like, "Oh, okay." And
No,
Batman,
they were enemies. He wouldn't go on a ride with
they were
enemies.
enemies in the one thing, but they're part of the
Yeah.
Justice League together. They are superheroes. They're mainly
Well, actually, if
together.
you watch, well, I know you and I watched Justice League in the theater.
Mhm.
Didn't it was Superman didn't really want to be with Batman? Weren't they arguing the whole movie?
They kind of were because Batman at the beginning of what was the Batman versus Superman, the Dawn of Justice. Batman thinks that Superman has the potential to wipe out an entire human race if he wanted to. Superman is ultimately good, but if Superman decided to turn bad, who would be able to stop?
No one, because no one can stop him even as a good guy.
Batman did.
Actually,
No, Batman
I will,
did.
okay, but I want to say that I found something, and apparently in the comic books it says this too. It was online, and it said that supposedly Batman has lost 10 battles, and Superman has only lost 6.
Maybe Batman's been in more battles.
No, I don't think so. He fights the same villains.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't think so.
Okay.
So that just proves he's a better winner. And like I said, the only reason why Batman, quote unquote, won, doing bunny ears, won.
She's doing bunny
was
ears.
because Superman, he just did this because they were friends, and he didn't really want to kill his friend because he could if he wanted to, and he could break his gadgets with his pinky. I mean, I think the only reason why Superman didn't win is because he's a nice guy, and he wouldn't kill his friend. He would kill a villain,
He
but not his
held back,
friend.
and that's what I think, that if it came down to it, Batman would not hold back.
He wouldn't, because he's a bad guy. He just wants fame and money.
I think he's got.
Oh, he does have plenty of money.
Yeah, he doesn't want money.
I think he wants more fame.
Okay. But I still think
known as better than.
But I still think in a fight he'd win. And in Batman versus Superman, Batman did win the fight. He had Superman on the ground.
Why.
Okay. He had access to kryptonite. You know, Batman made that suit that made him almost impervious as to Superman's, Superman was still tossing him around quite a bit.
Kind of a little rude. I think it was a little cheating that he used all his money to do this. Superman didn't have any money. He just had his heart and his strength, and he's felt real pain. Yeah, Batman's parents died, but think about this. Would you rather have your parents die or your whole planet die? We're already having our planet die here, but I'm not going to get into that.
That's another podcast.
Yeah, we'll do that next.
Lee is very passionate about the environment and stuff, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm more like, I'm gonna litter. I'm gonna throw styrofoam into the oceans and kill the dolphins.
You say that, but I bet even when you're not around anymore and I'm an old person, our planet might not even be a planet.
I love global warming. I love it. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to throw you.
Popping out of my head.
There, I'm just trying to throw you off your game. I'm trying to do what you did to me with that Harry Potter trickery a little bit ago. So I'm saying all these horrible things because I think that'll get me an upper hand. Didn't work, did it?
It just made me mad at you. It just made me want to win more. It just made me want to win more, though.
See, my goal was to get you to cry a little bit, and then I would just wipe the floor.
It just makes me mad.
Yeah.
It just makes me want to
So that
win.
backfired.
So, come on, muscles to win.
So that backfired on me big time? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you know what else backfired?
What's that?
I wore a Marvel shirt.
Yeah.
And I forgot that Superman's DC. And it's just crazy because Marvel's definitely probably more popular than DC.
Who's your favorite
Superman,
Marvel person?
My favorite Marvel, that is hard. But I love, my favorite Marvel movie is Black Panther because of the girl power stuff.
Okay.
My favorite superhero is Spider-Man. He's cool.
I do like Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Marvel, though. Wow. Punisher's in Marvel.
Huh?
I think Captain America. After all the Marvel
I
movies,
like Captain America.
I love
He's
Captain
too
Marvel.
nice.
He's like
But I have
the
a crush
Superman.
on Loki.
He's kind of the Loki. Okay, you have a crush on Loki?
Not in a weird way, but he's cute.
Loki is cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not dead. I don't think he's dead. I haven't seen Endgame, but I don't think he's dead for real.
We'll have to watch it.
I know. I haven't seen it. You watched it without me.
Well, it was 3 hours plus movie, 3+ hours.
True.
And you like to go to the bathroom a lot.
Don't say that in the podcast.
I'm
no,
sorry.
I don't.
All right.
I
I
just
like to go to
eating.
the bathroom a lot.
I like
And I didn't want to
eating.
leave you. Yeah. Yeah, I think the last movie you and I went and saw, you at like a garbage bag full of popcorn. What was the last movie we saw?
We watched the new Spider-Man, the Far From Home, and I want to say that we got a small popcorn each, and I didn't even eat all of that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And I want to say this because I went into that movie, Spider-Man Far From Home.
Mm-hmm.
I had no expectations. I really thought from the previews and stuff, I didn't care. I thought this is going to suck.
Yeah. You know what we should do sometime?
It was a great movie, though.
Maybe we could, every time a new movie, Marvel movie comes out or a superhero movie comes out, we can interview it in the podcast. That'd be a good idea.
We might be able to
They
do
do
that.
that
So
on
you're
some
trying
of
to weasel yourself into my game now. Is that what it is? You're trying to take the average Jeff empire down?
Yeah.
You want a piece of it? Is that it?
Yeah.
We'll see. You might do better at this than I will. Someday you will inherit it, and we'll be doing Average Lee.
Sure.
Idle chatter with Average Lee. So we're way off topic now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're friends. We got to go back to that arguing.
Yeah, let's get back to the arguing.
Get
Okay.
back from me.
So a specific thing I would say, though, is like I said in the movie Batman versus Superman, Batman has bested Superman. And then Batman has a moment of compassion because Superman's laying on the ground and Batman's got his foot on his throat and the kryptonite spear and he's getting ready to... At any point, Batman could kill Superman if he wanted.
That's only because Superman has a heart, bro.
He does. He has a
I
heart,
just
but I'm
told you,
saying...
bro.
You did. That's fine. But who was winning that fight at that point? And you can say because Superman was easy on him or whatever, but you saw it. I saw it. Superman is laying on the ground, Batman on top of him. By the way, I don't know. There's a comic book when you get a little bit older you need to read. It's called The Dark Knight Returns, and it's
I'll read it now if you want me to.
okay.
I've read way bigger books.
Well, in this one, Batman is kind of... And Batman is a broken person. And this comic book, The Dark Knight Returns, really goes into that. Batman's been out of the crime-fighting business for years, like 10, 15 years. He's an old man now.
Well,
But because he's crazy in the head, he decides to come back. And him and Superman, do have a battle. And it's almost like the battle in this movie we're referring to, Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. And in that book, Batman has Superman bested and is actually winning the fight. So,
okay.
and I did read something. I don't know if this means anything or not. When I was on Wikipedia, Superman has more than once, I believe, referred to Batman as the most dangerous man on the planet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
That doesn't help
can
me
be
any, but
true. Well, he is the way he thinks everyone's evil, and the way he is. He's not powerful enough to be the dangerous, but he definitely is enough to probably kill a Girl Scout. You know,
Batman would kill a Girl Scout.
probably.
Wow.
If he had the guts. Well, he does have the guts.
But now
If
you're
he-
just calling him a murderer.
Well, his parents were murdered, so he's like a bad dude now, and he's like, I must do this. Everyone else. Reminds me of someone. I can't think of who now. Some movie. I don't know. But basically now, I never said he did, but I think he could if he would.
He could.
He-
He could
he
go
would
full
want
blown
to.
bad guy.
Yeah, he could. He's
Okay.
so mean. He would, but he would want to be the best. Whatever he does, he wants to be the best.
Batman
That's why
does.
he's rich. He wants to be the richest, or is that a word? I don't know.
That's
He
right,
wants to
yeah.
be the richest. He wants to be the best. He wants to be the most famous. And if anything, he's the rudest,
The rudest.
the meanest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying all these bad things about him, but I still think Batman would win a fight.
Well, you don't have anything to argue with. Argue with me.
I just did.
Told you I'm good at arguing.
You
just
are
said,
good at arguing.
You don't have proof though. You just said he could win a fight.
I have
you gotta
proof.
Have proof. Like me. Say it.
The proof? He did it in the movie. You saw it.
That's your proof.
That's
But
my
you
proof.
have to have other proof because
He did it in a comic book.
in a movie, and that's it.
In
That's
a
all you
movie.
can say.
Okay. What comic book or movie proof do you have that Superman beat Batman in a fight?
I don't go by that way. I go by other people's opinions. In my opinion, I go by also watching the other movies where let's watch. I watched a Superman movie or a Supergirl movie or whatever, and Batman wasn't in it. But the way he fights is so good, he could definitely be Batman. And
Who could beat Batman? Superman?
Superman. Is that not what we're talking about?
Yeah. Let me ask you this. If Superman did not have his powers, who would win in just a fist fight?
In just a fist fight?
Just fighting. No, if
Actually,
Batman...
I have to say it'd still be Superman, though, because, Superman is very good at martial arts also. With just a fist. No gadgets.
Yeah, just fists.
Just fist. Superman... Well, can you use your legs?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can do any
I know what
fighting,
you
just
mean,
no
but you,
superpowers.
looked at me in a way
Yeah,
when I said...
just say a fight.
Watching the Supergirl show, him and them, Supergirl and Superman, they were just practicing, and they both can do really cool moves, and even if they don't use their superpowers, they could probably use that really good. So
you think that
and
Superman...
he's really good at tricking people, actually. He's not very gullible. He's good at tricking people.
Yeah, I don't think he could trick Batman.
He could probably, in a way, not like that, but I bet Batman would go to kick him, and he's smart enough to grab his foot and throw him or something like that. That's the thing. But he doesn't do that in the movies because he's smart enough and he's kind enough. He's kind.
So your biggest argument is Superman would win this fight because he's good-hearted and good-natured, and good always triumphs evil.
Yeah.
Wow. I got nothing.
Yeah.
I got nothing. I really walked into this thinking I would be able to convince you that Batman's a better foe.
You did it.
I didn't. I didn't.
Did I convince you?
No.
Oh, so we're still going.
Well, I don't know if we're still going. Agree to disagree? She's like, no. You're still picking Superman.
I don't know. Wow. This is hard.
Yeah. Pretty good lull in the conversation, too, as we reflect on this last
I have a question.
close to hour about, our thoughts. What's your question?
What do you know about Batgirl? I don't know a lot about her. Is she and I know about Catwoman a little bit, but is Batgirl like Batman's girlfriend, or I don't know?
I don't know enough about Batgirl. I remember from the old TV show, and I think other stuff, Batgirl is, if I'm correct, her name's Barbara Gordon, and Commissioner
Doesn't
Gordon.
Doesn't she get in a wheelchair or something?
Later on, I think the Joker does. Yeah,
Yeah.
spoiler alert on that. But that's you'd have to get deep into the comic books, and I don't even know if that's a mainstream thing. But I believe that Batgirl is the daughter of Commissioner Gordon, which, by the way, I believe this fall or next fall there's going to be a new Batgirl series.
There should.
And I looked at a preview of it. I think I checked it out on YouTube.
Spoiler.
No. It's called Batwoman. Batwoman, yeah. Which is fine.
I want to say something that a lot of people question.
What's that?
Why is Supergirl called Supergirl, not Superwoman? And the reason why, a lot of people question this. Like my mom questioned it when I was telling her about doing this podcast.
Okay.
And the reason why is I watched the show. This lady named Kat Grant, Car Danvers, who is really Supergirl but keeps a secret, and stuff. Her boss is Kat Grant, and I'm not spoiling too much, but the reason why she names her Supergirl is because she doesn't have a very good reason. Because Kara asked, and she said, "Why isn't it Supergirl, not Superwoman? Don't you think she wants to be called Superwoman?" She says, "Well, if you're so much about girl pride, why didn't you just let it be Supergirl?" And that was her argument. I don't even know why. She just wanted that. She said it sounded better, which is kind of stupid. Why can't she be a woman? She's a strong, independent woman, and Kat Grant, she's a woman too, and she's all about girl power. So
it could just be also because Supergirl, this was a character that was created back in whenever, so that when they would have just called it. Yeah,
a lot.
We didn't have political correctness, so.
No. Yeah.
But I do believe that they are going to be all PC with the new Bat Chick series. That offend you when I said Bat Chick? A little
Little
bit.
bit.
Okay. Instead of
I
calling her
like being
Batgirl,
called
I think
chick.
they're going to call her Batwoman.
I like that.
Yeah, and it looks. You'll have to peep that. It looks like it'll be a neat show. I don't remember when it comes out.
If you and I were a superhero, what would our super names be? What would yours be? What do you think yours would be?
I don't know. I burp a lot. I have the greatest burps.
Didn't you say you were beer man one time and you put a beer can with the holes on top of your head?
With a beer box.
Man. Yeah.
I'd make a great beer man. I would. Function alcoholism. Yeah. That's a great superpower. What about you?
I kind of like the name Falcon, and I would want to be like 11. I would want to have telekinesis. I can like throw people in the air and stuff. That'd be
Minus
cool.
the nosebleeds, I guess.
Super strength.
That'd be kind of embarrassing.
Yeah. I could fly with big wings. That's what would make me Falcon. I want big white wings because I've read and seen the movies. It is also really good. Maximum Ride. And I'm not going to spoil it too much, but she was created in a lab, basically gave her powers from the lab. And she has big white wings. And I think that was so cool. So I want big white wings, super strength, and telekinesis. So
I think I'd want the money and the gadgets.
I would just want real power. I don't want to be all powerful. I don't want to have just gadgets. It'd be so cool to have actual superpowers.
Superpowers. You want to go
Yeah.
more towards the Superman thing.
Yeah.
It's not a bad. This was a fun hour we spent today, right?
Yeah, it was cool.
It was.
Yeah.
I got bested by you, I think.
Yeah, I think I won.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
want to do rock, paper, scissors again?
Are we going to settle this with a rock, scissors,
Sure.
paper?
Okay, let's go.
This is going to settle it.
Yeah.
We
'Cause
argued
can't
for an
agree,
hour and we can't agree.
Even though I obviously won.
We'll see.
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
1. I win!
She had rock.
Rock beats scissors.
Rock beats scissors. So evidently, Superman. Let's say it. Superman beats Batman because rock beats scissors.
Yeah, and also because of all the things I argued with.
Oh, yeah. Let's throw that in there, too.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was a very good thing.
It was a close match, though.
Yeah.
Except for I agree with nothing you said.
Damn.
But he's a rude guy.
I'm a rude guy?
No, I mean Batman.
Batman's a rude guy.
You're a rude guy for not agreeing with me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And
All right. So let's wrap it up. I think we had a good argument. Right?
yeah,
So, Lee, I want to say thank you so much for being here today.
thank
It
you.
was an honor and a privilege to have you and to be bested by a 10-year-old. Ruined my day. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. So once again, this is Idle Chatter with Average Jeff. I'm Average Jeff, and I want to say goodbye to everybody. But before I do, I want to remind everybody you can follow us on Twitter at Idle Chat Podcast. You can also check us out on Facebook at Idle Chatter with Average Jeff. And also, if you like to read funny little blogs and my blurbs about life, check out my website, averagejeff.net. That's averagejeff.net. And once again, Lee, as always, it was a pleasure having you here. Maybe we can argue this again next time, and maybe I'll drink a little less and take a few more notes. How's that?
Okay,
All right, say goodbye to everybody, Lee.
bye. I love being here. Bye.